of BEL now joining us. Mr. Gowtama, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. Of course, this OFS is happening and the government stake will come down. But, I just want to talk about business because some of defense companies have been in focus of late. How's business shaping up, and going forward with the kind of focus on defense, what kind of order book do you see for yourself?
We have little less than 34,000 crores of order book right now, and the focus on defense is increasing year on year, and also self-reliance in defense is being focused upon. The successive governments are ensuring that the domestic defense industry contributes a lot for the defense services. So the growth in double digits for the overall defense industry is very much on the card for the next 10 years, I can say. And it's a great opportunity for people to make wealth through this government's offer for sale of 5% of their stock.
Okay. So, in the earlier part of the year, you had guided for orders of 13,000 crore. When we last spoke to you, you all had done 6,000 crore. Are you going to, are you seeing a lot of orders in the fourth quarter that can take the order book up?
Yes, ma'am. The negotiations for the 7 squadrons of Akash are underway, and we expect completion anytime. And that is near to $1 billion order. Similarly, the negotiations for LRSAM are also underway, and that also we expect to conclude before March, and that also will be another near to $1 billion order book. So yesterday the DAC has cleared the second phase of coastal surveillance system, so that is again a big order as far as Bharat Electronics is concerned. So that order is likely to come. It may take another, say, 2-3 months time, but certainly we are going to get.
So you're talking about billions. So let me go beyond just March 31st. Say by June 30th, will your order book look like even more than 13,000 crore?
Certainly.
Okay. And what will all of this do to your margins? Because you have been undertaking, a transformation of your company to a systems integrator, and that was expected to aid your margins going ahead. Are we looking at margins upwards of around 18-19% in the near term?
Margins of that range may not be sustainable in a long term. When we are taking up large system integration programs. So such type of margins are certainly possible when we deliver equipment and collect the cash across the counter. So in large system integration programs, infrastructure development is also part of it, and the delays crop into the system irrespective of the best efforts what we all put in.
So if
and hence the margins certainly will be stressed when our business is shifting more towards large system integration.
Sir, can you hold on for a minute? We have to take a quick break, but we have lots more questions on your execution.
The Chairman and Managing Director is still with us. Mr. Gowtama, before the break, you were telling us that 18% margins may not be sustainable because such big projects of system integration could take time and have costs involved. So what do you think could be a very sustainable margin performance for you in the near term?
I put it between 15 to 17% margins are certainly sustainable for us in the type of business what we go through in a long term. But year to year, it also depends on how much intellectual property rights what we are bringing into the equipment. If the IPR content of BEL is going up, and again, we can certainly cross 19% margin.
Okay, then that is the next question, sir. Is the IPR content going up? Because that will also come only by hiring, state-of-the-art scientists. So that will also mean a higher wage bill. So what are the chances that you can climb above 19% sustainably?
Yeah, the possibility is also quite high. I am an optimist in that regard also.
Okay.
If you see, Bharat Electronics is one company which is spending a lot on R&D. We nearly spend 10% of our revenues back into R&D. And we have many programs which we have taken up through collaboration also with many Indian and foreign R&D institutes. So the IPR content in Bharat Electronics is continuously growing and that is bringing value to us.
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask you whether you can maintain this pace of execution. Will you continue to be able to generate 7,000-8,000 crore in terms of revenues, that rapid an execution pace?
Certainly, we are trying to increase our execution capability much beyond what we are today. We have 20 strategic business units, and on an average, we are loaded to about 60-65% only. We have got lot of inherent capability within the company, and we are also increasing our outsourcing to SMEs and also MSMEs.
Okay.
So with this, I am quite sure that we will be able to meet up to the challenges.
You did mention that 10% of your revenues is what you spend on R&D. For the following year, for FY18, can you give us the exact number, or specifically for strategic electronics segment, what would be the R&D spends and what can the revenue opportunity be on the back of that?
Yeah, in 15-16 we spent about 704 crore rupees, and 16-17 also we are spending 700 plus crore rupees as on today, and for the FY18 we have more than 1,000 crores of projects lined up in R&D.
Okay, sir. It was a pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Gowtama, and extremely optimistic from a national point of view. Thank you very much for joining us.